Hey guys, it's Matt on the morning of the 2019 Tranus Bowl. The games kick off today, it's Saturday, and this begins what will hopefully lead to me being the Tranus Bowl champion and the first ever treble champion. I just wanted to document a few things before the games start. This has been the worst week of my life. I have been so anxious and nervous. I can't eat, I don't sleep. I didn't get anything productive done at my job. I just continually checked the lineups, stared at them as if something was going to happen. I do honestly think that I Googled the names Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison approximately 100 times since Sunday. I'm not exaggerating. I estimate that I have been playing in about 200 fantasy matchups in Tranus over the last 17 seasons, and this is without a doubt the biggest one, probably bigger than all of the rest of them combined, given the history that is at stake here. This is excruciating. I don't know how many times I can handle getting back to the Tranus Bowl if it's going to be like this, but I got to win. Ratner, you have a wife, 3 beautiful children. Your life is full. I have nothing. I need this. You don't. So as we go into today's matchups, I am hopeful that you will leave John Brown in your lineup. I think he is going to get shut down by Stephen Gilmore. If I were you, I'd put Will Fuller in there. We'll see. I'm also not sold on Brashad Perriman. He was the big fancy pickup who's going to replace Chris Godwin and all that, but it's Brashad Perriman. You've never heard of him before last Sunday, and there's a reason for that. So, day one, getting ready to start in a couple hours here. Let's see what happens. Saturday games are about to start. My heart is beating out of my chest. I am agonizing over whether or not to play Matt Gay at kicker, O.J. Howard at tight end, James White at running back. This is brutal. This is absolute torture. I want to win this shit so fucking badly. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to watch these games today. It is time to calm the nerves a little bit, crack open Keystone Light, see what DeAndre Hopkins can do for me in this first game. Fuck Will Fuller and fuck Brashad Perriman.
Thrown again, this one over the middle, he's got Perriman wide open, and he can't connect, just a touch too far.
I shit my pants a little bit on that one. Gotta love that Jameis Winston accuracy.
Tampa's been giving Jameis Winston lots of time to throw. And big news about the Texans offense. Melissa?
Yes, Rich, you saw wide receiver Will Fuller come out of the game. He is questionable to return with a groin injury. Remember, he missed that Bronco game with a hamstring injury. We talked to them yesterday about how important he is for this offense.
They're just a different offense. They're less dynamic.
Ratner, I told you should play Will Fuller over John Brown. Great move, buddy.
So tough for that young man to stay healthy. It's been successful. He's 32. He's out though.
Second foot like it's on the white there. I don't think that's going to be a completion. They should review this.
Hey, on the Houston Texans side, again, we talked about this all the time. Will Fuller is out again.
Winston flips it out. Oh, it's intercepted. It's another interception. This one taken by Tampa native Jaleel Adame, playing in the stadium for the first time.
So that was kind of huge. A minute and a half left. The Bucs were driving. They were throwing to Perriman every time, so at least he can't score anymore. He had a decent day. I was wrong that he didn't have a bust, but thankfully he didn't burn me too badly because DeAndre Hopkins had the worst game that I've had him for 3 years, which was not the best timing. Thankfully, Will Fuller getting hurt and scoring only 2 points sort of bails me out so that I didn't lose too much ground on Ratner from this first round of games. Need something from James White now. Robert Kraft getting ready to Iramatio somebody.
Second and 13 now, deep drop. Then as he throws it downfield for Brown, who's got it? Derek Brown breaks free and scores. Touchdown, Buffalo. the shot play area, and Brown could.
I'm so glad Ratner took my advice and played Will Fuller over John Brown. Well, very interesting first day of the Tranus Bowl final. As I mentioned, I started out with a nightmare performance from DeAndre Hopkins, only 4 points, which is the lowest he scored for me in 3 years. Followed that up with another horrible performance from James White, who totally shit the bed and had all of his productivity stolen by Rex Burkhead. And then Todd Gurley only has 40-something yards and no receptions. So that's about as bad of a start as you can get. But I was lucky. Gurley got 2 touchdowns, one of which came after Tyler Higbee went down at the half of an inch line. So Gurley was able to run it in. And even though Perriman had a decent day, Will Fuller got hurt, and he only put up 2 points. So Ratner wasn't able to really gain too much of an advantage. I did lose some of my projected lead on him, but we're about even going into Sunday. Given the shitty day that I had today, I'll certainly take that. And don't forget, going into Monday night, Ratner may be dependent on Mike Boone, but Alexander Mattison may play, so Boone might not be a starter. So he may be rolling into the final player for the Tranus Championship, and it's going to be a backup running back potentially because Alexander Mattison is questionable. I really hope he friggin' plays. There's no other starting running backs available for Ratner to pick up, and I don't think he's going to be able to forecast early enough to put somebody else in during the day on Sunday. So he's basically hitched his wagon to Mike Boone. Could come back to haunt him. I don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm still emotionally spent, but got to get ready. Tomorrow's a big day. It is Sunday morning, about 45 minutes until the first set of games kick off. I did not sleep particularly well. I woke up at about 4 a.m. and started frantically staring at the matchup, again, thinking that something's going to happen by staring at it. I think the key is going to be what happens with Lamar Jackson here at noon and Michael Thomas. I need Michael Thomas to match or outscore Lamar Jackson, which seems like a tall task, but Lamar's been so fucking good. I just need him to have a bad day, get injured, something. I've also been agonizing over the decision of my kickers. I'm going to go with Jason Sanders for the Dolphins, even though it might be a little bit rainy there. I've gone back and forth, and I'm sticking with him. I need him to come up big for me. Please, please, got to get this win today. Holy shit. I thought I was dead. I thought Lamar Jackson killed me. Then Michael Thomas had a touchdown, and I had a chance, but the touchdown was reversed. But then
Second and goal. Wings to the end zone for a touchdown to Michael Thomas.
they decided to throw it to him anyway, so all that means is I get an extra half a point out of it. Eat a dick, Ratner. I'm not dead yet. So Sunday afternoon is over. Things are not looking good. Down by 23 or 24 or something, and I've got Mahomes left, and he's still got Mike Boone, so maybe Mahomes can put up some like 35, 40-point night, and Mike Boone can shit the bed a little bit, but it's not looking good, but it's not over yet. So it is Monday morning, December 23rd. I do not know what happened in Sunday Night Football last night. Towards the end of the 4 p.m. games, I saw I was down by like 22 or 23. I was extremely anxious, didn't want to deal with watching through the excruciating game, so I turned off my TV, turned off my phone, fell asleep. So I don't even know if I'm still alive right now, but I am going to go for a run, clear my head, and I will watch the game at some point this morning because I'm off of work. Hey Ratner, I'm standing at the statue of the great George Halas in front of Soldier Field. Hopefully this is where Patrick Mahomes won me the trouble last night. Still haven't checked I'll look later. But just want to get some good karma in. Yeah, keep handing off to Amir Abdullah. Game over. Whew. That was close. Hey Ratner, I just finished watching Monday Night Football. Looks like it's not great to depend on a guy you've never heard of going into the final game of the Tranus Bowl. But even still, you had a fantastic season. You have a lot to be proud of. And as such, I thought I'd get you something to commemorate this incredible season that you had. I know you sent videos and pictures of yourself watching the final with some of your 3 beautiful children, and they may not remember this incredible 2019 season that their father had in Tranus. But I want them to know the incredible decisions that you made and draft picks that you made to get yourself almost all the way to the finals. So there was one player in particular that you took during the draft who really was in the headlines all year. I think you know exactly who I'm talking about. So in order to congratulate you on an incredible season, I've got a gift for you that may also be something that several of your kids can wear. It's a youth-size jersey. I wanted them all to be able to know who the player was that their father has to thank for his final outcome. So, there you go. Excellent use of auction money. Good thing you left him on your roster all the way until the end of the year. You never know when he's going to come in handy. This is on the way to your house in Carmel. Congrats again on a great season, big guy. I did it. It is Friday, December 27th. There have been no stat changes. That means I am the fucking Tranus treble champion. So I have something special to celebrate this. This is a bottle of champagne. It's left over from an engagement party that Maggie and I had. During the party, we were passing out these bottles of champagne, and I decided to keep one. This was about late November. I decided that if I can close out the treble, I was going to celebrate with this properly. I couldn't do it prior to now, just in case of any stat corrections. There was a fumble that Lamar Jackson was charged with that I actually thought was dubious, and I thought there was a possibility that they actually could overturn it, which would have been heartbreaking because it means I would have lost. So I didn't want to pop this cork too early. So I will take you all along with me on the celebration. We also have some beer. Wouldn't be a proper celebration without some beers. "17 years, never been done in Tranus before, may never happen again. Fucking treble champions." Here we go. Yeah! Woo! Fucking treble champion! Whew, holy shit, that stings. Oh. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night from your treble champion.